Imagine this for a second: a powerful king, the ruler of half the known world, and the person he destroyed most quietly was his own daughter. Not with a sword, not with poison, but by taking away something even more basic than life itself: freedom. When we hear the name King Xerxes, we think of massive armies, gold-covered palaces, and epic battles. We think of a man who could command oceans to be whipped and mountains to be carved. But Stoicism teaches us something uncomfortable. The true measure of a man is not how he rules strangers, it's how he treats those closest to him. And what Xerxes did to his own daughter reveals a truth about power that still matters today. This story is not about gore. It's not about shock for attention. It's about control, ego, and how absolute power slowly rots the soul. Let me take you there. Picture ancient Persia at its peak. The palace is alive with silk, gold, and whispers. Every hallway echoes with fear disguised as loyalty. Xerxes sits on a throne not because people love him, but because they are terrified of disappointing him. In this world, children are not children. They are assets. To Xerxes, his daughter was not a human being with dreams, fears, or a future of her own. She was a tool, a piece on a political board. Stoicism warns us about this exact moment in human psychology. When power becomes identity, people stop seeing others as souls. They see them as extensions of their own ego. Xerxes believed the empire existed to serve him, so naturally he believed his family did too. His daughter's life was decided before she ever spoke her first full sentence. Who she would marry, where she would live, what role she would play, not for her happiness, not for her safety, but for his advantage. Forced political marriages were common in ancient times. But common does not mean moral. Stoicism does not excuse cruelty just because it is traditional. Imagine being told your entire future is already sealed. No choice, no voice, no escape. You are moved from palace to palace like cargo. Your value measured only by what alliances you create. You are alive, but you are not living. And this is where the phrase "worse than death" begins to make sense. Death ends suffering, but a life stripped of agency becomes a slow, silent prison. Xerxes did not ask his daughter what she wanted. Kings like him never do. He believed authority replaced empathy, and that belief is one of the most dangerous illusions in human history. Marcus Aurelius would later warn about this exact trap. He said that when people forget the shared humanity in others, they become monsters without realizing it. Xerxes didn't wake up one day and say, "I will destroy my child." He told himself a more comfortable lie. This is necessary. This is for the empire. This is how the world works. That is how evil often enters quietly, dressed as duty. His daughter was married off to secure loyalty, surrounded by people who watched her, reported on her, controlled her movements. She lived under constant pressure to perform a role she never chose. No privacy, no trust, no real safety. And here's the hardest truth. Many people today experience a modern version of this. Not in palaces, but in families where control replaces love, where children are pushed into careers, marriages, and lives they never wanted, all to satisfy someone else's pride. Stoicism teaches us that no external success justifies the destruction of another person's inner world. Xerxes ruled lands stretching farther than most people could imagine, yet he failed at the one kingdom that mattered most, his own character. And this failure didn't stop with his daughter. A man who cannot respect his own child will never truly respect his people. History shows that Xerxes became increasingly paranoid, impulsive, and cruel. He punished servants for natural disasters. He lashed the sea when storms destroyed his bridges. That's not strength. That's a man at war with reality. Stoicism is built on acceptance of what we cannot control. Xerxes did the opposite. He tried to dominate everything, nature, nations, and even blood. And the more he tried to control, the more unstable he became. His daughter lived as a reminder of this truth. Power without wisdom turns love into ownership. She was alive. She breathed. She walked halls of gold, but her life belonged to someone else. Epictetus said that freedom is the only true wealth. Without it, even kings are slaves, and so are their children. Xerxes never understood that lesson. He believed fear would keep order, but fear only creates silence, and silence hides suffering. That is why what he did was worse than death, because death ends pain. But living without choice teaches you that your existence does not matter. This is why Stoicism matters today. It reminds us that real power is self-control, that leadership begins with empathy, that no success excuses the destruction of another person's dignity. Ask yourself this: do you ever control people instead of understanding them? Do you push others into paths that serve your ego instead of their growth? Stoicism isn't about judging Xerxes from a distance. It's about learning from his failure. Because tyranny doesn't always wear a crown. Sometimes it wears a parent's face, a boss's title, or even our own unchecked desires. If this story made you pause, if it made you reflect on power, control, and freedom, then this channel is for you. Like the video if you felt the weight of this lesson. Comment your thoughts, I read everyone. And subscribe if you want more stories where ancient wisdom speaks directly to modern life. Because true strength is not ruling others, it's mastering yourself.